My dying father whispered he'd leave everything to my stepsister. 3 days before his death, he called me to his hospital bed. His voice was barely audible as he held my hand. Sarah gets the house, the investments, everything. You understand, right? She needs it more. I'd been his carrier for 2 years. Every chemo appointment, every 3 a.m. emergency, every insurance battle Sarah visited twice, once for his birthday, once to ask for money. But I nodded and squeezed his hand. Of course, Dad. The funeral was small. Sarah flew in from Miami wearing designer sunglasses indoors, complaining about missing her yoga retreat. She hadn't cried once. At the will, reading our family lawyer, Mr. Peterson looked confused. He kept shuffling papers and clearing his throat. This is unusual, he finally said. There are 2 wills. Sarah leaned forward, suddenly interested. The first will, dated 3 years ago, leaves everything to Sarah. He paused. The second will, dated 1 week ago, leaves everything to Rebecca. My heart stopped. Sarah exploded. That's impossible. He told Rebecca I was getting everything. She admitted it. Mr. Peterson adjusted his glasses. Actually, that's the interesting part. Your father came to my office last week. He was quite lucid. He said he needed to test something. He handed me a letter in Dad's shaky handwriting. My dear Rebecca, if you are reading this, you passed my final test. When I told you Sarah would inherit everything, you could have argued, guilt-tripped me, or worse, done something to the will. Instead, you accepted it with grace. Sarah has taken enough from you. Your college fund she borrowed, your mother's jewelry she pawned, the car she crashed and blamed on you. You never complained, never asked me to intervene. She visits when she needs money. You held my hand through the worst moments of my life. The house is yours. The investments are yours. Everything is yours. But I wanted to see if you loved me for me, not for what I could leave you. P.S. Sarah's trust fund from her mother is worth twice my estate. She'll be fine. Sarah turned white. You knew about Mom's trust fund. Mr. Peterson nodded. Your father knew everything. He also knew you've been collecting rent from his other properties for 3 years, telling him they were vacant. She grabbed her purse and stormed out, screaming about lawyers and contests. Mr. Peterson smiled. She won't win. Your father documented everything. Every visit you made, every bill you paid, every night you spent in that hospital chair. He handed me a thick folder. He even had a private investigator follow Sarah. She wasn't at a yoga retreat this week. She was in Vegas with her boyfriend, posting photos while your father was dying. I opened the folder. Screenshots of Sarah's Instagram showed her popping champagne bottles the night Dad passed. The last document was a photo Dad had taken of me asleep in the hospital chair, my hand still holding his handwriting on the back. My real daughter. Her mom's trust fund had conditions she never read. She needed to maintain employment for 5 consecutive years to access it. She'd been unemployed for 6. Could you loan me some money, she asked, just until I figure things out? I thought about all those nights in the hospital, Dad pretending to sleep while tears ran down his face because Sarah wouldn't answer his calls. But we're family. Dad thought so too. You had 2 years to prove it. I hung up and walked through my father's house, parent my house now. His coffee mug still sat by the window where he'd watch birds every morning. His reading glasses marked his place in a book he'd never finish. Sarah tested me yesterday. A shin of a DNA test. We are half-sisters, not stepsisters. She thought this revelation would change something. It doesn't. Blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you family. Dad knew the difference.